Perfect. All right. Yeah. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So someone asked me to look at AU. So I will look at this right now. So AU, honestly, I'm not sure about where it's going because I was looking at the sell setup right now this morning. So we had this trend line and we just broke it. So now I was waiting for this breakout, this correction to break out to go lower. So I was waiting for something like this. So the impulse. So here you have your correction. I was waiting to come back here, and if it had break this trend line, I will have sell right here. But it just never did that. So I never took the trade, and now we broke the bigger trend line, which is here. So this one. So honestly, I don't know where EU is going. It can still reverse. It can still do that. But now we broke the trend line, so it just depends. I think we will have an indication about where it is going in about in a day. So if it makes a flag right here, we can look for a buy. Or if we get a sharp impulse down, we can look for this. So I really think that there's two possibilities right now for AU. I personally see maybe more the downside still, even if we break this stop right here, because I think we have to get this thing. I'll show you. So I'm looking at this right now. So we had an impulse up. So here is our first impulse. So here we have a 3-wave correction pattern. So like this, right? And so to have a valid 3-wave, we need to break this low. So it will probably do something like this, and after reverse to get this trade. So maybe this big impulse ups that I am forecasting, so this one, maybe it's already starting. So this move up can look like an impulse. So I don't know, we really have to wait for now. I don't think there's anything to take a trade right now. So just wait for a confirmation of a flag. It only depends on the direction. If the flag is right here, it's higher. If it's right here, it's lower. Simple as that. So I think I covered AU. On the very big picture for AU, I think it's going to drop a lot. So I'll show you what I'm thinking right now. So here we have our impulse down, right? And here we are in the correction. So the correction, I think it will be a 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 correction right here, and after it will go very low. So that on the very long term, that's what I'm thinking. But for the upcoming months or week, I think we are going to get this. But for now, there's no trade, I think, to take right now, because we just broke the trend line. So just wait to see what is going to happen. This one. So hey Soldog, so your question, am I always putting like trend line on a higher time frame before I take trades? So I always look at the bigger time frame, honestly, at least the daily, because I think it's important to know where the market is on every time frame. So even the longer one. It depends on the time frame you are trading at. If you trade on The 5-minute, for example, well, it doesn't really matter if you go on the weekly. But if you are trading the 4-hour like me, or the 1 hour, I think it's very important to look at the higher time frame, just to make sure you are in the right direction of the market. So if you take a trade on the 4-hour, I always try to take the trade in the same direction that the higher time frame. So I have just more chance that the trade will work. And if it doesn't work instantly, I can keep it, and maybe on the long term it will work. So it really depends on the time frame you are trading. But yeah, personally, I love to watch and to look at the higher time frame. So that was not the pair I want to look. This pair is very interesting. So this pair is probably the best trade we can get in 2017, honestly. If we break this, I think it can go very, very low, maybe right here or right here. So right here. This trade is going to be amazing. I don't know if we are going to break this week or the other, because it can still go up like this to this place or this one. But this trade is very interesting. USD CAD, I would suggest you to keep an eye on it, honestly, because it will be amazing. It will be like, I think it can be like 1,000 pips. Yeah, even 2,000 pips. So that will be amazing. Alright, so Frederick is asking how to put indicators and trendline. So I'm not sure about what you're talking. Do you mean like how to put like really just put the trend line, or really how to draw the trend line? So this pair is very interesting, honestly. I don't know if all of you saw it, but I took the sell right at the top here last week. That was my best trade of the week. I sold right here at the top, so that was a very, very good trade. Maybe how to draw it. Oh, alright, I see. Well, to draw a trend line, it's not very that complicated. You just have to not draw too much trend line. Like because there's people that draw trend line and they are not valid, because this is not a real trend line. You can put line everywhere just because it touched some points, right? Like I can put, for example, I can put a line right here. Like it touched 2 points, but this is not a trend line. So you can put a line everywhere you want in the chart. It always needs to respect some rules. Yeah. So you need to respect some rules to put your trend line. For example, this is valid, right? This is valid, but this one is not valid. So you really need to learn everything. So what is valid, what is not valid, right? So this is not very complicated to do, honestly. You can go on simple stuff like baby pips or so. I think there's free trainings to help you draw your trend line, because this is the basics. So for example, if we go on the 4-hour, I know there's a lot of trend line right here. So on the 4-hour, for example, it doesn't always have to be 3 points. Like a lot of people say that you always have 3 points to have a valid trend line. This is not true. This is valid, right? So it really depends on the structure. So I can't honestly tell you how to draw a trend line. There's no rules that always work. It only depends on the setup and on the structure that you have, honestly. So I hope it helps. So yeah, like this is valid too, for example. This is valid, so it can bounce back to this trend line, so it can do maybe something like this, right? It will not be that that straight, it will be maybe something like this, and if we get something like this, we are probably going to get this one. And if we get this one after, if we have another thing like this, we will start the very big move that is going to bring at least 1,000 pips, which can easily double or triple your account. So that's why I said this is the trade of 2017. I don't know if it's going to break right now, because it can still reverse at the top. It can still go up right here to this level, right? And after it can start going down like crazy. So I don't know if it's going to happen right now, but it can be a very good trade, USD CAD. So I would suggest everyone here that trades to follow this pair. In this example, when will you decide to sell? As soon as it hit the resistance of the trend line? Alright, that's a good question. So you need to sell after you get a confirmation that is going lower. And if we sell directly at the trend line, this is not a confirmation that we are going lower. The only confirmation is if we get something like this, which we call a corrective structure, and that we break, and that we finish below the trend that we will have right here. But I can tell you the strategy to try that, because obviously it's only for my students, so you need to know how to trade these. You can just say that is going lower. So the thing, you will have something like this if it continue to do that, and I think it's going to do that. So if we start doing something like this, like you can sell right here, and you can sell right here too, if you don't know what it's going to do after breaking, right? So you need to have a strategy, but the best place to sell will be after breaking this trend line. Like, don't sell if we don't break this. And for now, this is not valid, right? You need to wait a lot more like this. You need to get like this. Alright, so I'll just go on Facebook just to look the inbox. But yeah, so you need to wait to have this, and if you don't have this, you just don't sell, right? But if you have this and it breaks, you can sell. That will be your entry. Alright, so the question right here is where I will put the stop loss if I want to enter on this trade. So the stop loss, it only depends on what the structure is doing. So if we continue on the idea that it's going to do this, right? So you can enter right here. I'm not saying that this is what you need to do. I'm just saying that you can do this, and people often do this, and I'm not saying that is the best way to enter, but you can do this, and the stop loss will be just above the corrective structure. But because if this is a valid corrective structure, and if we break like this, it's not supposed to recome at the top of the corrective. So you just put your stop loss right here, and your take profit will be very lower, so you will have an amazing risk reward. So for example, if we try it, the risk reward, so we can sell, let's say someone sell right here, the stop loss above the corrective structure right here, somewhat right here, and the take profit can be very low. So for example, right here we get a 10 risk reward, so which is very good. So if you risk 500 on this trade, you will get 5,000, right? So this is a very good setup that I want to trade. So I'm just waiting. Like I said before, you can trade this right now, so I'm just waiting a confirmation of a direction, and after I will sell or either buy, because like I said, it's not a 100% sure that it's going to go drop right now. We can still have this one, and that will be a good trade too. Alright, so what indicators do I use? So I use mostly the RSI, and that's the only one I use. I don't know if I have it. Alright, I don't have it. So the only one that I use is RSI, and I really don't use it often, honestly. I prefer to trade the charts, but the RSI is good to give you somewhat of an understanding of where the buyer and the seller is. So for example, if we came back to this trend line, the RSI can give you an understanding if there's a lot of buyer or seller right here, according to this structure before. So I'm not going into the details of how the RSI works, but that can be good to use, honestly, and that is honestly the only indicators that I love. I tried a lot of indicators. I tried a stochastic, even there's a lot of similarities with the RSI. I tried Bollinger Band, everything that is well known for the trader. I tried everything, and honestly the only one that I really like is the RSI. And I don't use it even that much. So honestly, on indicators, I don't use indicators a lot. So another pair that I want to go through is the wait a second. Yeah, so this one can be very interesting too. So the structure we are right now, so I'm just going through it. So this is very simple. So here we add a corrective structure. So as always, so my students that are there know what I'm talking about right now. So impulse 1, 2, 3, right? So all my students know that. Yeah. So the question is, do I trade intraday or only more mid-term, let's say? No, I don't trade intraday. I really don't like that. I'm not saying that it's bad. Some people are very good in intraday, but that's just not my style, and it doesn't work with my lifestyle. Like, I'm still going to school, so I can't trade on the 5 minutes at school. That will be too complicated. So yeah, so I'm just trading. The lower time frame that I'm trading is the 1 hour, and I don't trade that much on the 1 hour, so mainly the 4 hour, but sometimes the 1 hour too, but never lower than that. So I'll get back to this one. So impulse 1, 2, 3, impulse, nice, and now we are in this correction right here. So the only thing we need to know, like I said, it's the same thing that we have on USD CAD. The only thing you need to wait is a break of this correction right here. No, we have nothing right here. So this trade, there was a lot of trade. I don't know why I didn't took this one, because they were very good. Like, this is the same setup that I'm talking about on USD CAD, right? So so we have the impulse that we already got in USD CAD. We have this, and that, like I was saying, if we close below sell, so you sell right here and you get this, right? That was an amazing trade, and I'm sure that it matched a Fibonacci level too, because it very often respect those. So exactly, it matched you here and right here, right here. So this trade was very good too. And for now, what we are going to expect on this pair, well, that's what I'm expecting. Maybe it's not what is going to happen, but so if we look on the big picture, so impulse 1 2 3, impulse 1, so here I think it's going up, so for to get 1 2 3 4 5, it's not sure that we will get this. We can blow like this and we will go right here on this level. So I think that can be a good setup too for 2017. Honestly, this year they are very good setup on most of the pair. So if you don't double your account this year, there's something wrong, because there's just too much amazing setup that we are going to get, and that you can catch 1,000 pips on it. So yeah, I honestly think everyone can double his account this year, sorry. So yeah, so that will be amazing too. So now if we go on the lower time frame, let's say 4 hour, now what we can expect on this one, like I said, we don't know yet if we are going to get the other down, like I said, and it's not obligated to come right here. So we can just do something like this, right? And after you sell. Or we can have a big impulse up, and after we will have to wait what is doing at the top right here. So if we break, you can enter, and it's not for everyone. I can show you everything and how the strategy works, how to enter at the top right here. So you need to have a strategy to trade these. So if we break, you need a strategy to trade these, and if we don't break, you need to have a strategy to trade this thing, right? But on the big picture, that's what it's doing, I think. I'm not always right. It may be something. It may not be this, right? But I think that this is what it's doing. This trade, I should have taken this one, honestly. I watched it a little bit when it was happening, and that was just an amazing trade. It's exactly the same trade as this, by the way. Let me show you. So this is exactly the same trade. So impulse, right? We have this and this, and here impulse we have this. This is exactly the same trade. But I got this one, right? So that was not too bad. So where this is doing. Alright. I'm not in this trade, by the way, so don't panic. I wanted to take it right here, but I decided to wait. That was very not a good trade, and I'm glad I didn't take it. Alright, thank you, Frederick, and have a great night. By the way, guys, the webinar, I'm recording right now the webinar. I just hope it will work, because it's the first time I record a webinar, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I hope so, and if it does, it will be on my YouTube channel, which is below the stream. So you just click on the YouTube logo and it will redirect you on my YouTube channel. So I hope it will work, so everyone will be able to see this webinar, and I think it can help a lot of people, just because I'm running through charts for 2017. So yeah, I think there's good stuff right here to help traders. So if there's any chart you want me to look at, just ask me. So this is not so this is not valid. That was a trade I was looking at, but it didn't do what I wanted. So this is not a valid trade. This one. Alright, this one is interesting too. It can go even lower. Alright, so that's a very good question. So what I'm doing after school, am I looking at charts? And what I'm doing at school on my phone. Alright, so at school, I can trade on my phone, yes, and I have my computer at school, so we need it at school to do some work. So everyone has a computer. So I can have my computer on class, so I always follow the chart, and when I need to take a trade, I just take it on my phone. So honestly, I don't take that much trade at school because it's a little bit hard. I don't like to take trades on my phone, honestly. So yeah, because the screen is little, so my analysis is maybe not as good at on the computer. So I don't really like to take trade at school, but sometimes I do when I feel that there's a very good setup that I want to take. So yeah, so sometimes I trade at school, and when I get home, the first thing I do is to, yeah, so like you said, I look at all the charts, I look at my trades. When I return home, the day is practically finished. So what I mean by that is when I get home, it's the no, sorry, it's the New York session is finished. So there's not a lot of movement until I go to bed. So the trade I take is mostly the morning, just before I go to school, because in the morning when I wake up, we are in the middle of the London session, so that's when it's moving a lot. And in the evening, on the morning at school, I trade a lot too. So when I'm going to school and before so my classes start, so I trade before the class start when the New York session open. Yeah. So that's mostly what my day looks like about trading. I honestly don't look that much at the chart. When I was studying trading like a year ago, I was really intense. So I was maybe trading, no, not trading, but learning and trading. Maybe I'd say 12 to 15 hours a day. So I was very into it because I just like trading a lot, honestly, and I really wanted to start trading in real money and having the freedom that trading gives. And so I worked a lot, and now I got this. I mean, I'm watching the charts maybe like 2 or 3 hours during the week, and I often make like more than 4 figure every week just by trading. So I studied a lot, and but now I really it was worth it because now I get all the freedom that you can have with trading. So I'm very happy to that. So yeah, so when I studied, I was reading books, watching YouTube video. I took a course too on internet. So I was very looking at the chart every day. But now I don't trade that much, honestly. So what I love to do is to make all my analysis during the weekend. So when the week starts, I'm already good, right? And when I need to take a trade after, I just take it on my computer or on my phone. So yes, it's not very complicated. My day is very not focused on trading. It's more focused, honestly, on Facebook and my course itself. So the website right now, there's a lot of things that is coming for all my students. What up, Warded? So yeah, so there's a lot of things that is coming for my students. So right now I post on Facebook, like I'm doing a video, training video that will be on my site only for the member, obviously. There will be a new course that I'm launching maybe on a month or two. It depends on how fast I am to create the content. So I started the YouTube channel. This webinar, I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to make a lot of webinar, maybe one or two every month. I think it can be very good and very interesting just to look at charts like today. And so yeah, so I really more focus on my course right now, because I already have a good amount of knowledge. I'm not saying that I'm a professional, but I have a good amount of knowledge to be able to trade, right? So right now I'm really focusing to help all my students becoming good traders. So new training video. I'm working on a new website too, so there will be a new website with way much information on it. So I really think that this is going to be amazing. And yeah, so for now we have I have a lot of students that are starting to trading with real money, so that's good too. I have a student that is making a couple of hundred every week, on average, because you have some bad week and some very good week, but on average he's making a couple of hundred. So I'm honestly proud of my student. They start to really getting better, and some of them, most of them are very good right now. So yeah, I'm happy. Are you teaching your student how to trade with the... Alright, so Serdar is asking, am I trading the 5-minute chart, and do I teach people just on the 4 hours? So that's a good question. So 5-minute chart, no, I'm not trading it, and not the 1 minute too. Honestly, the 1 minute, I really not suggest you to do that. I think you should, if you are doing this, I think you should stop right now. Trading the 1 minute chart is I don't think it's a good idea, honestly. But so I'm not teaching on a specific time frame. So myself, I'm trading, like I said, mostly on the 1 hour. Like this trade is on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour, but what I'm teaching can work on the 5 minutes too. So I personally don't trade on the 5 minute, but what I'm teaching can be used on the 5 minute. So if my students want to trade on the 5 minute because they can be on their computer like 3 hours a day, well, they can do that, right? Because the knowledge that I'm giving can be used on the 5 minute too. I heard you say you are making a new course. Yes, exactly. And is that going to be available for current member? Alright. So the question, so my new course, is it going to be for my members that are already in my course, or this is a separate one? So what I'm doing right now, I'm recording a new course on video. So that will be a advanced Forex course, but that will not be one-on-one, because right now the course I have is a one-on-one course. So what is going to happen in the next month or two, like I said, it depends on when I finish recording all the video, but there will be a new website and there will be 2 different courses on Forex. So the first will be the course on the video, so that will be a very good course. So you by taking this, you have access on our private webinar, our trading group, so the training video, my trades too. I share my trades with my students, so you will have access to all that. And the other course will be a one-on-one course. So a course a lot more not complicated, but how can I say that? A course very more in depth of trading, right? So that will be a course more advanced and one-on-one courses. So this one will obviously cost a lot more, and by taking this one, so the one-on-one, you will also get access to the video and the training group, etc. So I hope it answer your question. So the second one, the one-on-one, will cost more, but you will also get access to all the video, and all you will have access to the same thing that the first course, but you will get a one-on-one course with me too. So that's a very more advanced thing, and I don't plan to I don't want a lot of students at the same time on this course. So if there's too much people that are taking this one, I will make a limit, because I don't have a lot of time to teach 20 people on one-on-one. So I will maybe like take 5 students at a time on this one, and after the other one will always be available for everyone. How long has it taken your students to learn their to earn their investment back on average, and what's your students' success rate? Sorry about that. Alright, so the question, on average, it's say, so now I know that there's a lot of students that are still trading demo, because we are not sure. We don't shortcut the trading. Like, you can shortcut the trading. You can start trading with real money after like 2 months. So I still have a lot of students that are trading demo right now, but for the students that are with real money, I think they are all making money. I don't have I don't add any bad feedback that they lose money on the market. So I think that all of my students that are trading right now with real money are making money. I'm not sure. I'd have to confirm with them, but that's what I think, because I never heard a bad feedback that they lost money. So I think that most of them are really doing good. I know one of them is making, like I said, a lot of 100 every week. So I can't tell you all the numbers, because they don't tell me these. But I think most of them are really doing good right now. And alright, so the time that it takes to honestly, like, trading is like special. Like, you take couple of months on demo, you make 0, and when you get on real money, that's when you start making real money, right? But I'd say after 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, 1 of 2 weeks, when they are with real money, obviously, they made their investment back. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. I never thought that it would work that well, that like my students will be very good, so I'm honestly very happy with that. Thank you, Marco. Yeah, so Marco is one of my students. He's still in demo, I think, because we haven't finished the course yet, but yeah, it's going pretty well right now. Yeah, so honestly, it can honestly help you. So for the people that can be interested in my course, you will just learn how I trade, basically. So you will learn everything, all the line on the chart. You will learn why they are there. So you just learn how I trade, basically. And for now, by the way, the course, like I said, that I'm launching a new course, but the course right now is still one-on-one. And this is the lowest price, because in 2 months, the price of this course that I'm doing right now will go up. So the course and video will still be not that much, but this one, the one-on-one, will be a lot more. So it's the best time to enter, because you will have access to the video too right now. Even if they are not there, I will give access to all my students that are already in the course, right? So this one, I just saw this, it can be interesting. This one, right? So if we break this, it can be a good trade. So I'm just going to analyze it. So that could be a good trade for me, this one. Alright, so yeah, so this can be a good trade. Like this. Yeah. Maybe more here. I don't know, maybe something like this. I didn't go over it on the bigger time frame, but on the lower time frame, this look maybe like a buy setup. So this can be a good trade. What are your thoughts on eToro? I don't know what eToro is. I don't know what eToro is. Alright, so the question, so how does it work on one-on-one, because I'm 12 hour ahead of you. Alright, so it's not a problem. I have a student that lives in Australia, so it's 16 hours more than me, and I have some students that are in France too, because I'm in Quebec, so we have 6 hours, so this is not a problem. We can always find a time together. This is not a big deal, honestly. So this is not a problem, because like the course is on the 5 different sessions that last for like 2 hours, 1 hour 30, 2 hours each, and we do like one session every 1 or 2 weeks. So we just basically need to find a time zone that will work for both of us. But it's just like one session every 2 weeks, so it's not a big deal that we have a big difference on time zone. No, this is not a problem. Time zone is not a problem. I have a student that lives in Australia, and that's 16 hours more than me. So like for him, he's already, so here is the 9, and in Australia it's already the 10, and we don't have a problem to find a time together. We already did half of the course, so no, time zone is not a problem. This trade looks honestly interesting. I might be interested in taking this one if we get the break on the 1 hour. Alright, do I only do technical or fundamental? I do look at fundamental news, so right here on Forex Factory. So here you can see all the news, and we have a news in about 30 minutes, so you can see all the news right here. So I look at them, but I don't trade them. So I'm aware that, for example, if I am on a AUD trade, so I'm aware that we have a news soon and that I need to be careful of that, right? So I look at them, and if there's big news, I will not be in the trade, right? So I do look at them, and if there is very big news, I'm not going to trade. But I don't take trade based on the news. I don't trade the news. So let's say I do a little both. And this is honestly important to do, even if you don't trade the news. I think it's very, very important that you look and that you be careful of the news, because it can literally blow your trade in like this, right? This is very fast. Like, I don't know if we have big news this week. Yeah, so we have Fetcher Yellen that speaks on the 12. So for this example, you need to be careful of this one. So on the 12, if I have a trade on the USD, I will be careful of this news. It doesn't mean that I will get out of the trade. I will maybe stay on the trade. It depends. But I will at least look at what the news is doing, right? So because this is important. And I think that every trader, even if it doesn't, it just trade technical, I think he should look at the news too, because this is honestly important, and you can have bad surprise if you don't look at them. Trust me, I know what the impact that a news can have, even if you trade on the 5 minute, because it can be, if you trade on the 5 minute and your stop loss is somewhat like here, and if there's a news, your trade is done in 2 seconds, right? So it's very important to look at them. But I don't trade them, and I think it's not for me. I don't like to trade news. I don't like the choppy market. Like, I don't like USD yen, for example, because it moves way too fast. In like 1 hour it can move like 50 pips, and this is normal on this pair. So I prefer to trade like smooth pair, like AUD USD or something like that. I don't like a too noisy pair like USD yen or GBP USD. I don't really look at them. They are very too quick for me. I don't like that. But it depends on your style of trading. So if you trade like if you trade on the weekly, like, you don't really have to look at news like this. Like, this is not important if you are on the weekly. So it really depends on your trading style too. So this one, what is doing on the weekly? Alright, I had already some stuff, but this is not valid anymore. This is not valid. I was looking at other thing a couple of weeks ago. Alright, so I see what we have. So we have, yeah, something like this, and at the top we have yeah, like here, something like this. What do you mean, Serdar? What's the special? I'm not sure I understand your question. Do you also enter at fib lines in between channel, or purely at top bottom of your channel line? Alright, so do I enter on fib? Yes, honestly, fib is a very good tool. I think everybody should use them. Like you can see, I have a lot of fib on every of my chart. I do love fib, but I don't like, this is what is important to understand. I don't enter at a specific level. I enter when the structure is broken. So for this example right here on this trade, I will not enter because there's a fib level. I will enter because the structure is broken, and this is very different. Like, even if we break, if we go like here on the upcoming hour, I will not buy this because it hit a fib level. I will only take this if we break this structure, and you need to have a strategy to trade these. I'm not going into all the details how to trade this type of pattern, because this is for my students, but you need to have a strategy. And yeah, so there's a trend right here, so you need to have a strategy, but you can't, I will not suggest you to trade because you touch a fib level. I don't think that this is a good idea, because the market doesn't care about your fib. Like, this is just a tool. Like, there's no resistance or things like that around a fib. This is just a tool. So the market won't care about your fib. So entering at a fib is like you enter at something that there's nothing, right? So I think the best answer I could give you is just wait till the structure is broken. How do we contact you in arrange taking part in the course? I trade. All right, Marco. Thanks for being there. I appreciate your feedback, and let's keep rocking. So he's one of my students. So I hope this webinar helped him a little bit. So how do we contact you to arrange taking part in the course? I trade real money, but only Fibonacci. I need some more techniques. All right. So very simple. So you just you can inbox me on Facebook. I will link the website right now. By the way, I'm getting a a domain for the website. I know that a lot of people find it funny that I don't have a domain. I'm getting it. I just need to verify it, and if everything is okay to get the domain that I want. So yeah, I don't have a domain right now, but in couples day or week, so before I will launch the new training, the domain will be there. So yeah, so you can just go on the website, so and you can take the membership right here, or if you have more question and you want me to describe more the course, just contact me on Facebook and we'll talk with this. I can call you if you want on Skype or Messenger. So just contact me and we'll talk about it. See you. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Marco. I'm happy to. I hope you get some good knowledge on this webinar. So yeah, so this trade is interesting. I don't know if I'm going to take this. I don't know, because on the bigger picture, I don't think there's that much upside. So right now we are in this channel, right? And I think if we have more upside, we are going like right here. So that's 300 pips. So maybe we are going there. So yeah, I honestly don't know this trade. So if we break this very strong, I'll probably take it. So for now, we just have to wait. So that's a good example of someone asking me what I'm doing like on a school day. So all the analysis like that, I just do it like on the night or the morning, and I just wait till the trade breaks. So if we get this right, I'm just going to take it. But all this, like all the analysis, I just did it right here. So I'm not doing that much of trading during the week in terms of analysis. So in the week, I just take the trades, right? And this one, I may be interested if we really break, because if we break this trend line, I won't take this trade. But if we break, this trade can be very, very good for one reason, is because we are going to get an amazing risk reward. So you just put your stop loss like maybe below the trend line, like something like this, and you have a 5 risk reward, which is very, very, very good. So that can be a good trade. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll just go over other setup that I'm waiting. So how this one is doing. Alright, this one is breaking too. We have a similar thing that in USD CHF. Yeah, so we have a couple of interesting trades that we are going maybe to get this week. This thing is maybe going up. I don't know if, I don't think this is the corrective structure right now, but it can be. Is that charting okay, so is that charting platform free to use without broker feed. I tried MetaTrader 4, but that look easier. Yeah, MetaTrader 4 is very, very. I take my trade on MetaTrader 4, but I don't analyze on it. So this is TradingView, and this is completely free. So yeah, you do, and it doesn't matter your broker. I'm with Owanda, and this is FXM, right? So it doesn't matter. So yeah, completely free, and I suggest everyone to try TradingView because it's very, very nice to use. This goes very well. So yeah, definitely stop MetaTrader 4 and go on TradingView. Definitely. And so this one, all right. Alright, so I'm going to end the webinar soon, like in 5-10 minutes, because I looked with you guys everything I want to look, so I'll stay 5 or 10 more minutes just to answer all of the question. So if you want to ask a question, it's the time to do. I'll be in contact with you. I have to go. Alright. So thank you, Richfields, to be part of this the stream. So just contact me, like I said. So we will discuss about that if you want to have more information. And you can go on the website too. There's a lot of information. And if you want more, just ask me on Facebook, and I will answer you. So I'm staying 5 other minutes if you guys have any question, and after it will be over. So honestly, for this week, I think a good trade will be maybe this one if we break this, and this is the same setup as this one. So maybe watch these two that are very interesting, I think. So this is not a trade call, so don't take my word. This is not a trade call. This is a trade setup. So I'm not telling you to buy this right now. Just wait and trade it if you have a strategy to trade it. If not, just don't trade it. Alright, so I'm going to end this right now. I don't see more questions. So thank you everyone that came in the stream, and for all the people that stayed till the end. So I'm very happy that I hope you guys got some value on this stream. I tried to answer every question and look at a lot of charts, so I hope you guys get some knowledge on this stream, and I hope it helped you. Alright, another question. Do you have any good resource to read up or for beginners that don't interfere with your course? A good resource I think is Baby Pips. I never took the course, and this is free, so you can try it. But I know a lot of people tried Baby Pips, and they said to me that it was good. So if you want to take it, you can go look at Baby Pips. I think it's a good resource. I'm not sure because I didn't take it, because I learned mostly in French. I follow some French trader, and I learned a lot in French. So honestly, it's hard for me to refer you to some good trader in English, but Baby Pips, I think it's cool. Alright, so thanks everyone. So I hope that you get some knowledge on this stream. So if you want to discuss with me, ask me anything or just talk, just inbox me on Facebook. I hope you get some value. This webinar will normally be on my YouTube channel. I hope the recording work. But yeah, so it will probably be on my YouTube channel. I will talk about this on my Facebook tomorrow, maybe tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, so that's it, guys. So I hope you enjoy it. Please share. I hope you will share the recording of the stream when it will be on YouTube with your friends that are trading too. So I'll leave you with this. So like I said, this trade can be good if you want to keep an eye on it. So thanks again, guys. That was very cool, and I hope I'll see you on the next webinar, because I plan to do other webinar like this. I think it can be very helpful for the trading community to get some free knowledge like this. So I will be hosting maybe more webinar in the upcoming weeks and months. So I hope everyone enjoy it, and I'll leave you with this. So have a great night, everyone. Thanks again for the support.